And hi for this very random Tenor Talks. How you not doing? Oh yeah, we're not. We're actually not broadcast to anyone, but come and join us. Anyway. Okay, let's dive straight in and say good afternoon, what time are we? Yeah, good evening. So not like the right energy. Good evening to Jordan.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I like your companion at the back there.
Oh, who, Minnie?
Minnie. Is she in like
Emma Wiggles back?
Who is she?
One of the Wiggles.
Okay,
You have no idea who the Wiggles are, do you?
No. I barely know who the Teletubbies and the Tweenies are.
Don't lie. You used to watch them when you were younger.
I did not. I was, although the son was quite cute, wasn't it? Because it was a baby face. And
what about the Nunu?
Was that the Hoover?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's not get onto the subject of the Teletubbies. We'll be there all day. Yeah, you do know. Don't tell Porky Pies.
I do remember they brought out a single.
Oh, Christmas #1.
Oh, I mean, what did it consist of? Or is it more instrumental?
Tinky winky, tipsy.
So they Okay, right. We're not here tonight.
No, let's change the subject about the Teletubbies. You don't want to lose listeners.
Yes, yeah. Come and join us in the chat if you're able to. You know, it's pointless actually publicizing the Tenor Talks podcast because Jordan and we don't know when our schedules sync up. So, and it's more exciting just to throw you know, a podcast. So, how are you? Anything that you would like to share
in regards to
anything?
Nothing. What, in like terms of entertainment or me personally?
Well, you. What you've been up to? Where were you when you sent me that photo via WhatsApp?
I was in the centre of Manchester. I was in a South African restaurant.
Very cultural and.
Well, you know me. I like to taste different cuisines.
Well, yeah, I was going on to say, I'm guessing the menu would reflect that restaurant.
Well, there was something for everybody. South Africans cater for vegetarians like yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was a nice meal.
It was. I mean, to be honest with you, I wasn't feeling 100% on the day. I don't want to get onto this rant about the British summer, but I don't think this weather's helping.
Okay.
Yeah, because one minute it's nice and sunny and warm like it was today, and the next minute it's raining cats and dogs.
Yeah, it has been. But for me, it's been perfect.
Yes, we know how you don't like warm weather.
Don't present summer to me. Don't do it.
Let's
don't
just
mind
say,
it a bit, but you know, I'm not.
I think if you were a bear and you were the choice of a koala or a polar bear, I think we know which you'd be.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get on to tonight. Well, just before I get on to tonight's subject, guys watching, you may be wondering where the tenor has been, because
Where have you been?
okay, no content since the 3rd. Okay, and it's not like I've not tried. Okay, the deal with that is I've been uploading, and I'm expecting, because well, I don't know whether you do know, but when you upload copyright
Mhm.
material, you have like a checker,
Yes.
and it's designed to spot copyright material, and it can either block it or
Mm.
claim it. Well, I didn't get either. No issues found, and
Yes.
and I'm thinking, no, that's not right. You know, I'd rather you just claim it. So whether it's a YouTube site bug or what's going on,
Mm.
I'm not sure. So I've got plenty of reactions, but they're not getting claimed.
Wow.
And you know, what I don't want happening is me uploading, okay, and them taking the view, right, well, we're going to send you a takedown notice, because I don't even know. I'd rather have a block. You know what I mean?
Yes.
At least I know where I stand. So YouTube, get your act together. It could only be on YouTube side. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, right. So that's that. It's not me being lazy.
I did watch your Sinead O'Connor one, Don't Cry for Me Argentina.
You did?
Yes, it was very moving.
Yeah. I it was all I could do not to cry, because you know, with that song, generally you get that big belt kind of middleweight. It's also present in the chorus, and it explodes in a way.
Yes.
But she held it all back, and I've never heard it done like that before. And there's power in that. Not everything has to be this great big belty affair. Touch us to connect with us, you know. So yeah, it was really. I still can't believe she's gone.
No.
I said the same. I think we said the same, didn't we, about Tina Turner?
Yes.
Still can't believe that woman's gone. You know,
It'll take a while.
yeah. I mean, some artists leave such a footprint in the music industry that it's impossible to ever imagine anyone coming close.
No.
You know, there will never be another Freddie Mercury.
Well, and there better not be. He was one in a million.
I don't care what anyone says. You know, not knocking other singers, but there will never be another Freddie. You know, which leads us on to. I don't know if you have been aware, either watching news or reading articles, but music fans have been misbehaving.
Is this to do with Cardi B?
Well, apparently, I delved in, and it seems like it's a rabbit hole of fans chucking, Pink, a fan at a Pink concert, through. You will never, unless you know already.
Yes.
You do. Okay, right. Anticlimax gone. a urn,
Whoa.
an actual, I was going to say living, but an actual urn. Well, I don't know whether it was an urn or, the funeral director, they put the ashes in this plastic bag. And this fan like lobbed this bag. I mean, first of all, I don't even know where to start. I mean, Pink was genuinely speechless, so much so that she had to stop the show.
Is this something that's happened before, or is this a trend?
I don't know, you see. This is... Do you need help? Okay. Jacob's just been to the supermarket. I don't know. I mean, with Cardi B, she kind of, I think, enough is enough. I don't know.
Do you think it's rude to throw things on the stage?
Yes, I do. I think it's highly disrespectful for a star. I'm live streaming. Okay. I think it's highly disrespectful. It's dangerous. Because let's just take a look at where we are. A stage. And what is on stage? A lot of electrical equipment. A lot of cables, wires. Usually the stage is chaotic. There's not a lot of space to maneuver.
Yes.
Whether we're talking about the backing dancers, the actual dancers, choreography, backing vocalists, other musicians, there's not... It's very snug. The last thing you would want is this alien object being thrown in the middle of all this chaos. It's just big enough for what it's intended for. I mean, could you imagine throwing something right in the middle of an orchestra pit?
Well, I was just about to say, obviously back in the day, like our parents' day, the thing to do was women to throw their knickers and bras at like heartthrobs, wasn't it?
Well, if you think back to it, it all started with Tom Jones, didn't it? Those women that throw whatever they throw, at Tom Jones, and but if it is a trend, I'm slightly worried.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's different if you throw a bra and knickers on the stage because it's not particularly heavy, but the heavier the object, the more damage it's going to do.
Yeah.
But I don't understand what the thing is to throw. I mean, shouldn't artists say to their... Well, maybe some artists don't mind it, but shouldn't there should be a thing at the stage, do not throw things on the stage?
It's sad, actually, that there needs to be any kind of sign.
Well, if you were performing on the stage, would you like something thrown at you?
No. And not only, of the health and safety danger aspects that I've just stated, but also singers have to get in a zone. Exactly. And they have to find their energy. Now, if you're throwing like, anything, I don't care. You've just zapped us out of, and it's not a case of, well, if you're a professional, get back into the zone. It's not.
It's not as simple as that.
No, it isn't.
Because that, even if you're a professional, you could still get put off, particularly if you're in the middle of an emotional song or a poignant song, and all of a sudden someone throws like a tomato at you.
I'm just like visualizing. No one would dare. I mean, it's highly disrespectful.
Yes.
I mean, you're not even asking. I get the appreciation, but I go back to safety, because if that, and I don't care what was thrown, if this object hits anyone in the eye, or it could have gone through the drum skin.
Yes.
Now, I don't know how much drums cost, but
quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
Not something you can just afford and things like that.
And depending on where you are in the venue or the auditorium, you don't know how, you can't judge where that object is going to land.
Well, exactly.
It's very dangerous. And I mean, I think I remember Cardi B's response. I mean, she
was not standing for it.
Well, she throw her mic at him, or
something. Yeah, her mic. Which again,
I'm sure it was a guy.
Yeah, again, it's not the smartest thing to do because a mic can cause a lot of damage, but it's retaliation.
Yeah, it's. I certainly wouldn't want anything thrown in my place of work. Because it is your place of work, and you're supposed to feel safe in your place of work and your space. You are building your space. Okay, now if someone just lobs like that, it's ruined the mood.
It just questions what goes through people's heads. That's what I would say.
Yeah, totally. You wouldn't lob anything in an orchestra pit.
No, well, I suppose it's a protocol if you're going to the theatre or like an auditorium where there's classical music, but I bet you some prat would still do it.
Well, do you remember that woman that sung at the Bodyguard?
Yes.
I think it was in your neck of the woods, Manchester.
Right.
Don't you remember that? It made the news.
What, someone jumped on the stage?
Or... No.
They threw something at her.
No, it was in a theatre, and Rachel was giving her performance, the part of Rachel, Bodyguard, and this person started to sing. It is not that kind of show.
No.
And it was so bad that the theatre the following day had to put up this big A4. We would kindly remind Patreons that this is not a sing-along performance.
But again, that's just so rude, just to sing when someone's live on stage. You sort of expect it on a live show, but not on the theatre.
No. And it's just, it's almost like we've had COVID and people have forgotten how to behave.
Yes.
Some people, it's not a kind of, I'm not I'm not saying everyone. But I was appalled. You know, would you start singing, humming along? Yes.
Coffee, okay.
Yes, please. You wouldn't start singing, we hope. And we are going coming to the comments. Phantom of the Opera.
Well,
You just wouldn't do that.
sometimes you just got to listen to the music.
Sorry.
That's what you've paid for. You're there to listen to someone sing to you. You shouldn't really be singing along to yourself.
I mean, I suppose it's. And so I watched a video at the time and I found it quite interesting. Where do we draw the line? You know, you've paid for the ticket. You're there to enjoy yourself. Some venues you can do that, and they encourage it. And where is the crossover period?
Well,
but just use your, you know,
use your head at the end of the day.
Okay, shall we go to the comments?
Let's go and have some comments. Yes.
Okay, right. Roses and flowers thrown too. I mean, I get the thank you. I get the flowers, but at the end of a performance,
right?
Because that's kind of you know, showing your appreciation, isn't it?
Yes.
I would not be happy if I'm like reaching for my top G and get a mouthful of rose thorns. You know what I mean? I know I'm exaggerating, but you don't know.
No.
You don't know. Would you like to read?
I certainly would. Let's see the next comment. I can imagine that no matter what it is, it's kind of unnerving because something all of a sudden is flying towards you and you don't know what it is and if it's going to hurt you or not. Well, that's totally true.
Yeah, totally. Because the natural no, it's not. The response, I got there in the end, is to like move. And
your reflex is like, whoa. Oh yeah.
And then that will be chaotic because usually behind you is the band. And it's just don't throw. Just do not throw.
Or you could be like Hedwig and make the best of it.
Oh, I believe something along this line happened to Axel several times, and he got a.
Oh, I bet he flew off the handle with that.
I would. You know, your ticket does not entitle you to that kind of behaviour.
No.
I'm sorry, but you know, I would probably stop the show.
Mm.
And it's not me having a drama. You know, I would be fearful not only for my safety, but for I've been in gigs, and thankfully my gigs they've all been well behaved.
I can remember
No.
you and me when we used to go to the theatre a lot. You used to get very tetchy and irritable if people started coughing or laughing or tittering in the audience. You'd start doing your Miss McGee look and start going,
Well, only if it was. Don't make me out to sound like, oh my god, Nat, we can't work with him because he's so like. Only if it's pantomime,
mm,
they do it to get noticed, and I'm thinking, really, was it? Do you remember that performance of Ghost we went to?
yes.
And the range of the slide of cry,
Yes.
and I'm thinking, okay, you're too much.
I can remember many moons ago, and this is not live. I remember going to watch Titanic at the cinema. And I remember, obviously, it was when it was massive. And this family were behind us, and all they did was talk and laugh. So I thought to myself, why did you pay to come in and watch it if that's all you're going to do?
That annoys me. You know.
Mm. I think someone did tell them to shush, one of the ushers.
Good on you, Usher. Usher X.
Usher X.
By the way, I can't help bringing up. I can't pronounce that, Jordan.
Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, that's
Sarah Brightman.
Oh, yeah, so beautiful. And I didn't even know the guy could that. And
Paul Stanley of Kiss also did a round of Phantom of the Opera. That would have been interesting. Paul Stanley singing that.
Because many people think you've got to be classically well, it does help. I only say that because, well, I suppose it's because Phantom of the Opera is quite rock in that it's got the guitar. It's got a guitar, and you know it's quite a raw sound. You know, so it would suit. But I have heard it done when they've taken the guitar out, and it serves very well as a, you know, a more stripped away for the orchestra feel. You know,
Yes.
but it doesn't hurt having that classical, because classical training helps hugely with your breathing technique. It teaches you how to breathe, you know, and in a proper way, you know. People nowadays seem to behave a bit strange nowadays. Lack of respect or the need to put themselves in the. Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't really do people outside in the real world, because.
Are you a little bit antisocial?
No, I'm a lot autistic. Thank you very much. You've lived
that
with me.
matters well.
You should know. And the thing is, you've been around when the autism part has taken over, and I've lost my.
Oh yes.
You know, I just don't get people's sense of entitlement.
Which is very much a modern day thing, unfortunately.
Yeah. And it's all right if you want to be that person privately. That's fine. But don't you bring that into the public arena?
No.
I think that's acceptable. You know, and especially if you throw in like the kitchen sink up there. And now I just think, did you think this out and the possible ramifications that it
Do you
would?
think there was a bit of hate towards Cardi when it was done? Because most people who worship their idols wouldn't do that. And if they were going to throw something, it would be something like a rose or something which has a symbol of respect and love.
Yeah.
So I don't know what went on with that, because obviously Cardi B is very divisive. So had the person gone there, got offended? Had they gone there and just didn't like her and wanted to aggravate her? Who knows? Still, it's not right.
Well, I bet they weren't expecting her response.
Well, no, but then they probably should have done, because she's not exactly a shrinking violet.
I mean, it begs the question, how much should a performer take?
Well, they shouldn't.
I mean, I go back to what I do on YouTube. You know, we're supposed to take every piece of spiteful kind, and we're supposed to rise above it. Well, I'm sorry, but you know, no. If you keep on, you know, I'm not a goth for nothing. Okay, don't mess with the goth. You know, I know that probably sounds like, but I knew what I was doing when I was getting into this. I knew that not everyone would love me.
Yes.
But to say, you know, I have got more love than hate. It's just chances. And I just don't even like reply.
That's the best way to be.
You know, block them. Block.
Block the hate.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Would you? That's gonna go diva.
Well, I do.
You are the diva.
Because there are certain things that are acceptable and certain things that aren't. And, you know, and it's got nothing to do with, it's to do with using your head, not putting perfectly innocent people in danger, because you cannot predict. As soon as that object leaves your hand, you can't predict it. It's out of, no pun intended, but out your hands. Yes. I mean, it could blind someone. It could, depending where it lands, knock someone out. It could cause thousands and thousands of pounds worth of damage.
Well, maybe people watching that might now think to themselves not to do it, because if every artist threw it back or threw something back hard, they may not want to do it again. It might think, that was a stupid thing to do. I won't do that.
Well, that's not really the tit for tat, isn't it?
No, but
we don't want to.
Not most artists won't do that.
I mean, can you imagine Shirley Bassey? Like, I mean, that's another prime example. You know, can you imagine anyone at a Shirley Bassey concert throwing, like, no, because it's respect.
Exactly.
So I love that she kind of went a bit traditional with the opera part in Repo. So yeah. She's a fine soprano. She's one of my if not my favorite. She's a bit quirky. She's a quirky soprano.
There's another one who's a one-off. There's only one Sarah Brightman. I can't think of anyone else like her.
No. Would you like to read?
Thank you. If you disrespect a performer, it's not unknown for the crowd to get upset. Next thing you've got a riot going. Well, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine the uproar we would get if you did that at a Nightwish concert?
Well, exactly. There would be a bloodbath.
You would not disrespect Floor.
No.
Like that. The amount of love that they have got. And I love it because there's the respect there. You know, you just wouldn't do that.
No.
Read the auto cue.
The performer seems to have the most power because they control everything down, take care of somebody that's causing a problem, and then with the show. Well, exactly. So really, this is an interesting one. Completely different artist. Years ago, I went to watch Pete Burns at the Astoria in London. And rest in peace, Pete.
Yes.
And
yes.
He got majorly hacked off because someone was on their phone the whole time while he's performing, and he actually called the person out in front of everybody and got security to remove them because he was just so pissed off at the fact that they were just texting the whole time and not listening to music. And I get that. Why go in there and pay if you're not going to dance or listen to music? Or just leave if you want to text somebody, or go outside, but not halfway through the performance.
It reminds me of actually one of the last gigs I did before COVID hit.
Yes.
Okay. And it was in the West End of London.
Yes.
And so I was doing. I was singing and doing my do, and this person was at the bar,
right,
and I stopped the show, and
something had obviously rattled your cage.
Well, not only for me, but for the other people that had come, paid to see me, you know, and they were looking around and like, and I just stopped the show. I said, how dare you? If you want, I can't even say, because
you didn't go all Jardis or Jadis from Narnia, did you?
Well, I was just so. It wasn't a quiet conversation. It was. They were like in dynamic quality as loud as my singing.
Yes.
And, you know, I did it for the. I feel like I'm like Avita. I did it for the people.
You did, really. Natita, Natita. We'll chant your name.
And so you should. But yeah, and recently, what's her name? She is a legend in over at Broadway. She'd stopped the show.
Who are we talking
about? I can't remember her name. Lupone.
Patti Lupone.
Yeah, she stopped the show because someone was taking photographs It's
Yeah.
on YouTube, guys. If you want to go and see it, it's on YouTube. And she was furious. She shouted, "How dare you!" She don't sound like that, by the way, but she was. You've been told by the ushers. You've been told by the announcer. How dare you bring a camera? And she was furious.
Wow.
Furious.
People have got to learn.
Yeah. You see. Right. Let me. Yes. Dead or alive.
There had to have been about the 10 people that were every bit as over it as you were, Nat. So
what we might what in reference to what?
your story where you went, "How dare you?" at your gig.
Yeah. Well, sometimes, you know, being British sucks
Why?
because of the class. You know, oh, we can't say anything because we're British. You know,
Speak for yourself.
well, yeah, but it's that politeness, isn't it? You know, how was the meal? Oh, it was fabulous. When really, it's like, oh, the fish was off. You know, it didn't. And I was speaking up for, like, you know, because as soon as I saw like the are we keeping you up?
I beg your pardon.
You're yawning. You're trying to disguise it.
No, I was not.
Roll the tape back, Sam.
If I yawned, my mouth would be open wide. I'd be
No,
going, "Ugh," like that.
We're doing a kind of
I was
behind the
stretching
teeth.
up. I was flexing.
Yeah, so there's just a way to behave, guys. You know,
There's etiquette, and I know people don't like that word, etiquette, but I do think sometimes you've just got to follow it, whether you agree with it or not, and go with the crowd.
it's just, you know, there's a way to behave, and there's a way to, you know, leave your. Because usually it's an event. Going to see your idol, you know, Cardi B, or, you know, whoever. It's an event, and you know, in most cases, you do sing along, but you don't throw things.
Well, you shouldn't do, but then who knows what goes through
I
people's
don't know
heads.
what that person threw though. Cardi B. Do we?
I can soon tell you.
Okay. Jordan is. We need like background music. What's that? Oh, the girl from. Yeah.
She threw a drink at Cardi B, which I think is really stupid, because if there's electrical equipment like a microphone on the stage, that could cause a fire.
That's what I was saying. I didn't know what the object was. But yeah. Electric and water do not mix.
They don't.
There could have been a fire. There could have been all manners of.
God, you're getting a bit hysterical now.
Well, no, but it really annoys me. You know, I've been in the industry for, you know, not that long actually, but you know, there's like, it's just so that could have turned on itself.
Well,
you know, and
exactly.
caused the fire. You know, so I mean, I did read that Cardi B had battery charges,
Yes.
but they have since been dropped.
Right.
But can we just stop throwing things? Do you think? I just enjoy it. Just like, I don't understand why we're like lobbing things.
I don't get it either.
No.
Bizarre.
Okay. Do you remember that song? How bizarre.
Please don't. We don't want to be reminded of that.
Oh, that was a tune, wasn't it?
No.
Let's move on. You know what I reacted to? Oh, it was long. On the 28th of July.
Yes.
We should have like worked together on this.
What
reaction.
did you react to?
We should start doing that, you know, because we used to do it, didn't we?
We
When
did.
the channel like blew up, we used to like but Shanks and Bigfoot, Sweet Like Chocolate.
Sweet like chocolate boy.
Do 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 do. I love that beat.
Sweet like chocolate boy.
We were in harmony there. I'm supposed to be on vocal rest, by the way.
Oh, you should be.
Yeah.
Don't want to damage your bread and butter.
Well, you know.
You don't want to
where
know
I
what's that song I've had in my head all day.
What's that?
What film is making all the headlines at the moment that's made billions?
Oh, Barbie.
So I'm having to put up with a very lovely and loving but annoying niece and lots of children coming into my work singing Barbie Girl. I hear it all the time now, and that's what irritates me, because there's new songs from the movie that I've listened to on YouTube, and I don't love them, but they're reasonable. But why sing an old song? That song's like 26 years old. Modernize yourself. Listen to music.
Yes, but they weren't around when that was, you know, you need.
I might get you to do a tenor X to it. Barbie Girl, the original.
I mean, it's a weird one for me. It's not the worst I've ever, but it can grate on you, especially that chorus.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party. He's off.
It's like, I refuse to put lyrics to that melody. I mean,
Well,
it's not
to ban the song now. The song was tried to be banned a couple of years ago because they said it was sexist in the Me Too movement.
Oh, okay. Well, it lived up to the French jazz of Barbie, didn't it? Because Barbie is plastic.
I don't think the song is what's the word? I wouldn't say the song is. I don't think the song is particularly sexist. I just think it's irritating. But as I said,
they did far more. I love If I Could Turn Back Time. What is it? That If I Could
Turn Back Time from Sliding Doors.
Oh, love that.
If only I could turn back time, I would stay.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Were they from Sweden?
Denmark.
I do apologize.
Wigfield.
That's the way it starts.
Let's not have any of Wigfield either, thank you.
I've already reacted to that. How very dare you? Yeah.
You're a fan of that?
Do you know what? Looking back, it wasn't that bad. At least she could sing. you know, one of my favorite 90s bands were Ace of Base.
I did quite like Ace of Base.
Now, were they from Finland?
Sweden.
So, oh, I was going to say that. Oh, I don't win the car.
No.
Yeah, I loved Ace of Base.
Which song?
The Sign.
We often talk about, both you and me, without being rude, we're intro whores, aren't we? We love a good intro, don't we? And there is something about that intro to that song, that do 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 do.
Yeah.
My favourite Ace of Base song actually is Wheel of Fortune, one of their less well-known ones. When I hear it, it's so infectious. You just can't stop singing it.
Yeah.
You don't have a clue what song that is.
Well, I can remember seeing it on the album. You know,
you're more of a big hitter, like All That She Wants and things like that.
Oh yeah, All That She Wants. I love. Someone remind me in the comment section, Nat, get it together, do some Ace of Base, because I love them. I'll have to check which label they're with though.
I think I can answer that for you.
Okay, I'll just check the comments.
Were you not allowed to? Which labels are you not allowed?
I'll tell you in because I don't want to get sued. I'll tell you in private. Actually, I'll are
you going to be the private dancer?
Well, do I?
I can tell you, but I'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the comments. Oh no, I've already. Oh, have I?
Not that one.
The
drummer from Def Leppard was attacked not far from where I lived a handful of months ago at the hotel. Wow.
Yeah, do let us know. You know, if
hopefully he's all right.
Oh.
I'm with Lily Foxfire on this. She doesn't like The Video Killed the Radio Star. That song can grate on me as well.
Now, that, I have to say.
Oh, you like it?
I love it.
It's funny. It's not a song I would have thought you would have liked.
Only because the lyrical content is so rooted in a period.
Mind you, in fairness, the man behind Buggles, I'm a massive fan of, Trevor Bourne.
He is, yeah. His CV is wild.
So him, I have no problem with. It's just the song. It is one of those songs. It's overplayed.
You on the widest back in 52. There's that impossible note you've got to hold. I think it's a G sharp on the end of VCR. I can't remember the lady, the woman who did that. She's now dead, unfortunately, but she was a legend. Turn Back Time is probably Aqua's best song. Funny enough, I think I request. Yes, she did, Stephen. Yes, she did. I'm sure now I'm doubting my own. I'm pretty sure. Yes, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did that for you.
Did do a cover version of Don't Turn Around. It's much more different than Tina's version. I love Tina's version of that. That for me,
again, I'm unaware of this.
I like Ace of Base's version, and I have no problem with Asward's version. But Tina's version, listen to it. It is so powerful and emotional. You can just listen to it, and you'll see what I mean.
I can just imagine
the way she belts that note. Don't turn around.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Tina we're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing okay, the drummer, recovering at home in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, so much like questionable acts,
Hmm.
you know. It's not that kind of
Not like the kid didn't know who was there. Was another lady who to try and help him, even though it was reported both of them are okay. But that was in Fort Lauderdale. Wow, interesting.
Mm,
I've had two very interesting songs in my head today. When I say interesting, they both could be quite grating, but I suppose that's the power of music. The first one is Sunita So Macho. I don't know why that's been in my head today, but I've been singing it on the bus.
yeah.
And the other one's Shanice, I Love Your Smile.
Oh, I love that song.
Do, 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 do,
It's so catchy, right? That hook is like once it's in your head, it kind of stays with you all day. It's like
do.
do, 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 do,
I'm going to
do,
make a
do,
request
do,
for you to react to
do.
something on your tenor, as you would
Tenor
like to do.
reacts. Or is that the part that sits in your mouth so chronically?
I want a rival one, soprano reacts.
I would love that. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I was saying this to my vocal coach, Rachel,
Mm.
that I am so surprised that other singers in my field
Mm.
haven't jumped on that bandwagon.
Mm.
You know, whether they're a soprano,
Mm.
alto. I mean, in a way, it makes me stand out because how many videos are titled "Singer reacts to,"
Mm.
"Vocal coach reacts to"? You've sucked the industry dry.
No, I was going to make
Get
a
out.
suggestion for your tenor reacts. As you have got quite an eclectic number of songs you react to, I was going to suggest you need to react to Ofra Hazza in Minaloo.
Can you WhatsApp me that? Because I'm likely to forget.
It's one because it's world music, because she's got a very powerful Middle Eastern soprano. And I think you might
Oh, I
find it
love it.
quite interesting when if you
Yeah.
hear it, all the different sort of Eastern sort of cymbals and whatever instruments in the background. It could be something different. And it's a renowned worldwide 80s song.
Right. Yeah. I'll certainly take a look at that. Okay, so just before we wrap it up, because it's 58, 58
Caffeine's
minutes.
calling that.
Yeah, I'm going to share with you you've been, it's certainly been a talking point ever since this channel, the popularity of this channel.
Mm.
Okay, when you're gonna like sing that? Okay, I want to, and I've got the perfect person in the room to validate what I've never had the confidence. I've had the skill, the ability, but my confidence has never been on the same level. But that's true, isn't it, Jordan?
Yes, I think you don't always believe in yourself. And sometimes I think Rachel's been good, and your previous music teacher, Christine Hubbard, at pushing you sometimes. Because often, as you say, you suffer with autism, so it can make you quite reclusive. But singing when you've done it in public has brought you out of your shell a little bit. And it's not nice when people critique it, because it can knock you down. But you've got to remember that people will critique anything.
Yeah.
So I do think sometimes you've got to come out of your box. Admittedly, if you're not comfortable in public, do it in a screen like what you're doing now, but just go for it.
Mm. I mean, I've come such a long way in my training program to what I did sound like. So while I'm talking, I could be. Is it? No, it's not that. No. Okay, right. Okay, I've put together this for you, you all to enjoy it. This not edited at all. This is actually from one of my vocal coaching lessons with Rachel. You know Rachel, she's been on the channel before. And it's weird, when I'm with Rachel, I can do it. It's just changing that mindset out in public, because I'm losing so many opportunities.
And you've got to go for them.
The fear factor, it's not I can't do it, it's just all those people, you know. This is when, because I'm making the transition to jazz. Okay, so this is us practicing night and day. Sorry,
I'm giving you a diminished chord. Right, again. That was really good.
night and day.
Love that, love that. It was out, good resonance, and then a roll off. That was good. That was full of variety in that one phrase, you know. That was good. Alright, yeah, again, and then the next one as well.
Night and day.
Yes.
You are the one.
Very nice. And then you went, you are the one, and you went soft on the end. That was really
Not
nice.
deliberately, I was just
Yeah.
Only you beneath the moon or under the sun.
I love that energy. You're like just bobbing along there. Yes.
Night and day.
Nice and bouncy.
Night and day.
Lovely. Alright, ready.
Night and day.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Right, okay, got it.
Night and day. You are the one.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Only you beneath the moon, the stars and the sun.
I love it. Carry on. Oh no, alright, sorry, no. I'm not going to say carry on. I'm going to say next phrase.
Whether near to me or far, it don't matter, darling, where you
Oh,
are.
I love it. I feel like you're more present in the phrase.
I do now.
Yeah, it's because you're not trying to like judge the whole thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's becoming
It's more magical.
by bite-sizing it. It's
Bite-sized.
yeah. Whether near to me or far, it don't matter, darling, where you are. I think of you night and day.
And the other lovely, just bouncy and lovely. Yes.
I-
Keep up here. Oh, night and day. That was nice and bright then. Some of them went a bit.
Oh, right.
It's alright though. It's alright.
Why is it so?
That's lovely. Yes. Let's do the next two phrases. That this longing for you follows wherever I go.
That this longing for you follows wherever I go.
What was that? Follow. Oh, you have been listening to Ella.
That was nice and informal and friendly, wasn't it? And that always helps for good vocals.
Yeah.
You were relaxed.
When I look back at this journey that I've been taking, and I couldn't tell you, that's when it happened. It's almost like it's on this conveyor belt, and you don't notice. Certainly my tone has improved. You know what? As soon as I found my tone, and I thought I actually sound like a singer. I could actually probably listen to someone like me on the radio.
Mm.
But I think it's important that I start sharing these clips,
Yes.
because I've had people say like Tenor reacts, but he doesn't sing. You know, can you sing? You know, and I kind of understand. You know, that's quite a logical thing to raise.
Yes.
You know, yes, I can sing, guys. It might not be to your taste, but I can. Already I'm getting like this panic attack because I've just shared it. You know what I mean? And
well, as I just said, someone will always find something to critique. So just be. The thing is, if they're actually talking about it, it means you've actually done something right. But sometimes, you know what I mean? If someone doesn't say anything, they say silence is powerful. No one in the world can be liked for everything.
Well, I don't want to be liked for everything, but you know, I draw the line at people just hating on me just for the sake of, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And I mean, when I find my energy,
Yes,
that's it. Confidence brings me energy,
mm.
the right energy. I mean, it's not a case of I can't hold a tune. You know, I can. I'm not saying for 1 second that I'm pitch perfect. I don't think that is such a rarity. You know, but at the same time, I don't need auto tune.
No,
I don't need pitch correction. You know, and if I do sing a wrong note, I'll just make it better, redo it. That's part of the fun,
exactly.
you know. So, thank you. I suppose we should check the comments here.
Better than Nana Cherry's Buffalo Stance. Well, that's a divisive song anyway, isn't it? Some people love it, some hate it.
Yeah.
I love it, but it's each their own.
I remember that singer,
Nana Cherry.
Yeah, she was very firmly in 90s.
And late 80s.
What I remember. Yeah, of course. I know that's probably misspelled. Oh well. Oh no, we don't do oh well. Back to the golf. I don't know what's about me. I'm really rebellious tonight. Forgive my question, but do you still have
him knowing me, knowing you on your list, please? So maybe you need to.
Yes, indeed, I do. Why do I sound so poncy when I use words like indeed I do. Yes, that is in my big black book. You know, as your requests come through, two things happen. Okay, first I check with my legal team. No, first I check with the record label
Mm.
Well, actually, three things. Check with the record label to see whether, yeah, they're happy, or it's one of those record labels that, okay. I do a dummy. I clip it from YouTube, run it through as if I was going to upload it. Okay. If that goes through fine, I will then commit myself to filming upstairs. If not, I kind of have to find another way. Okay. But yes, definitely. I love HIM.
Yes.
I think they're from Finland, or I can't remember, but yeah, I really love how gothic they are. You know, love
Finland,
that.
yes.
Hi chat, listening. I'm all right. I'm okay. Thank you for asking, Jessica. That was well, that version of the song was probably it's taken me a lot to get there, because when we first started that song, defaultly I put it in a classical, like night, and you know, that kind of heavy tenor sound. So it took a lot to like think of it as musical theatre, and that helped. But thank you, thank you. I may release that as
I think you should.
you know, different version of the song, and like you know, because you know, I am more relaxed in a vocal coaching scenario.
Mm.
But yeah, roses. Oh, yes, gentle. Oh, how I mean, I think as well, you have this image of what with singers anyway, and I'm not alone, because I've chatted to other singers of what the opinion is.
Mm.
And when it's not that, and when it's positive, you think, oh, so what have I been thinking? They're gonna. I think it's just human nature, isn't it?
Positivity's always good.
Okay, right. Let me catch up on comments. The footage of you singing was great, Nat. Don't let the nerves get to you. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And you know, I couldn't. I don't think just burst into song, like do a karaoke right here. I could probably now, because I've got into my groove, but I've got to be comfortable in my surroundings, you know, and but I get so angry at myself sometimes, because I've got all this. I remember what another singer said to me, you know, who sounds nothing like me, you know, and they've got so much confidence, it's like way up there. And they said the real sin is you not sharing what you've got. That's the real sin. If I had a voice like you, I would be posting on Spotify. You wouldn't be able to stop me. I said, yes, but your confidence and my confidence
Are two different things.
Yeah. I think the disability holds me back as well, you know. I don't think
Possibly, but
you ever the greatest thing, you know, was me shifting the camera back in the studio. Do you remember the old setup in the old house?
Yes.
Our old house. It was a tin box, so we couldn't like you know, the camera was basically you were sitting right on top of the camera. And now the camera's been moved since we've moved. And I introduced, because I thought, no, I'm not going to be ashamed of it, you know. So all right, I'm trying to get through these comments as quick as possible because we've both got places to be, people to see. Wasn't that a jingle for something?
probably. Strange secret hold.
Oh, look, there's a magical place where all. Do you remember that Toys R Us?
Yeah, Jeffrey.
Yeah, there's millions of Jeffreys all under one roof. Crickets. Did you want me? Okay, I'm going as quick as I can. Crickets again, crickets.
You've been summoned, that's why.
Boys Dance was a song that was stuck in my head, even though we went forward quite I don't know what's the matter with my head.
Ways conversationally, my apologies.
Okay. Please add
Amira Willie Hagen, Ave Maria, with a choir of men behind you, and you have a lovely voice. Don't be scared, hun. Very nice.
Oh, thank you. I will I actually want to do that. Ave Maria. No, still streaming. I'm just trying to wrap it up. Don't you laugh? Don't you dare laugh! What was that? Don't you? It was a line.
Sharon.
What?
Sharon, don't you dare sigh.
Don't you? Thank you so much for all your nice comments. I want to do Ave Maria. So yes. I'm not sure if you are able to do that because it's a cover of ABBA by a Finnish band.
Finnish band. I think he stole their guitarist.
Eek. Okay.
MGT, I believe, is the guitarist.
Oh, okay. What do you guys think, just to like stir the pot a bit, of Machine Gun Kelly entering? I know he's dipped out now, but he was entering the arena of, was it metal that he kind of, I can't remember, but I thought, oh, okay, I'm no metal vocalist expert, but you know, what would you guys reckon? And oh, you've just
buzzed you.
Always thinking of yourself, right? I will think fast. Okay, but he's got a voice like, oh yeah. Yeah, I love those
Melted
voices.
chocolate velvet.
Okay.
You've got articles upon articles.
Yeah, well, I don't think the internet need to know our private. You saw nothing. You heard nothing. Even be a nightmare, you know, on any live show. Right, that's from Christmas actually. So, you're so many toys at Toys R Us that I.
Play with
Do you want to read them because you're faster?
You're so many toys at Toys R Us that I can play with them from bikes to trains to video games. It's the biggest toy there is, definitely.
Have we still got in the UK?
I don't think we have. I thought they went bust, but I could have that wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I used to love that TV ad though. I might just sing it, harmonize it, and put it on YouTube Shorts. Okay, you're gonna be reading these.
Do you want me to read the comments as I do it?
Yeah,
yeah. Popland has put, thank you so much for reacting to me, Cyndi Lauper, the best live vocals fee. I know her true skill. Absolutely. An amazing singer live.
Do you know what? I loved that. I can remember it well. I absolutely loved doing that. And you know, there was some really shocking moments in there for me. Vocal moments that I was not aware of. Oh my god, she's got whistle. And she, right? Do you want to go?
No, I've just.
This is like, you know, coded like only we can see the messages. Oh, thank you, Popland. Oh my lord. Right.
Nat's gonna need to go and have a lie down afterwards.
Yeah, I think so. Typo.
What I just said to you.
Oh. I just want to like scan through to okay. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to Jordan for keeping me company tonight. So you guys have are aware that I can sing. I will be pumping more of my music out. Are we going to do a live stream next week? Or
I will send you a random message when I'm free to do one. So, but
you
there will definitely.
I need to check my diary.
I do indeed. I'm a busy man.
You need to check nothing.
I will text you. Well, we need interesting topics.
Well, yeah. Thank you to Jordan. Thank you to Minnie.
And don't forget Emma Wiggle.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be having night terrors. Come on, Mickey. No, I think she's a bit softer than that.
Just a bit.
Okay, thank you guys. You've made this a night to remember. And until the next time, bye-bye, Jordan.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And bye-bye to you guys. I can't really say when the next live stream reaction. I'm going to try for tonight. Okay, hopefully the YouTube bug is sorted. I'm checking for copyright. Fingers crossed. Okay, you guys are awesome. You make it a joy. Make it a joy. Hope you enjoyed my singing, and I will see you very soon. Bang, boom, bosh.